take it back.
Somebody ought to have got excited when they started singing, "How Great Is Our God." When we go down the list of what he's done and what he's doing and what he did and how he's going to do it, there's a lot of things and a lot of praise and a lot of worship that comes out of how great God is. So when you look back over your life and you think where you came from and what you used to do and where you used to be and how you used to do, and you look at how you are today, somebody should have started shouting when they thought back about how they used to be. And you ought to start thanking God and praising God that you overcame whatever it was that you were doing way back when. So I want to take just a few moments, because I know there's some of us in here who serve a great God this morning. And I know there's some of us in the building this morning who serve a mighty God this morning, a righteous God, the God that sits high and looks up. I know I got maybe when you think about everything that could have been, and you look in the mirror this morning and you're standing. Somebody missed that. You looked in the mirror this morning and you're standing. You were able to raise your hand this morning to worship. You were able to open your mouth this morning to praise Him. You were able to open your eyes and see the creation that God placed before you. God, you're worthy this morning of everything. Everything that you are, everything that I am, everything that I'm going to be, God, you're worthy this morning. Thank you, Lord God. Thank you, God.
All right, praise the Lord, everybody.
Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
Right.
Amen.
The Lord this morning.
Amen.
I'm so excited. I had to make sure it wasn't April 1st when I saw the flyer because I know my brother. And I'm like, okay, preach, Rufus. Okay, so I'm excited. This is totally unprepared. I was asked, like a few minutes ago to introduce him.
All right.
I've known Rufus since 3rd grade.
All right.
We go way back.
Amen.
I've always been able to count on Rufus. Like, he's always been there, like, through the toughest times of my life. He's somebody you can lean on, count on. He's a man of integrity.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted to sing like Rufus in high school.
Yeah.
No, really, like, everybody wanted to sing like him. He was like the guy.
Yeah.
And so it's just an honor to be able to, I feel like this is one of his first, I think, assignments in the pulpit. I don't know, but so I'm excited to be here.
Get ready.
He has been such a blessing to my ministry. A testimony a few years ago, we were trying to figure out, should we go forth with GI? My brother, he had decided to do some other things, Curtis, and me and Lamont were we were in Second Baptist, literally in the choir loft. We were like, man, should we continue? And Lamont said, well, if we don't continue, how will we know what God has for us?
Yeah.
That was before we really blew up, and then we were like, well, then how are we going to do it? It's only 2 of us. I said, Lamont, will you do it with me? He said, no. So he wasn't going to just sing with me. Like, Lamont is not like that. So we got a phone call from Reggie, and he was like, TD Jakes is coming to the Coliseum. Can y'all do it? I said, yes, in faith. So I said, Lamont, we got an engagement. And, I had to explain what was going on. And the only person I could think about was Rufus.
Yeah.
So I called Rufus. He did it. And then that sub position became
Yeah.
a permanent position.
Yeah.
And without Rufus, there wouldn't be, any praying and worried. What am I wearing? I ain't worried. There wouldn't be any of that, I believe, because God connects people. I believe in godly relationships. Amen.
Yeah.
Like, we depend on God. We ask God for blessings, but God is looking down like, well, I gave you him.
Yeah.
And I gave you her.
Yeah.
How are you treating each other? Are you valuing the gifts in each other?
Yeah.
So I'm so honored and thankful to do life with my brother. I'm so excited what God is going to say to him. I know he's going to speak a word, so have y'all notepads, phones ready, like really take it in.
Yeah.
Because I believe that God is literally in this moment, in this hour, about to propel him to another level.
Yeah.
We're all about
Thank
to
you,
witness
God.
it, amen?
Yeah.
So after the future pushes us to the next level, you'll hear none other than the voice of, I was about to say minister, Rufus Johnson.
Rising the time, it stretches my faith. Gotta stay strong, stay in the race. Lord, counting on you to see me through. 'Cause I'm at a place where I've never been. Time to believe all that's within. Lord, I know. Counting on you.
Thank you, Lord.
We thank
Thank you.
you.
All right. All right. All right.
Do you believe it today? We win. Oh, we win. You gotta know it. We win. Oh, we win. It's your breath in our lungs. So we pour out our praise. Pour out our praise. It's your breath in our lungs. So we pour out our praise to you only. It's your breath in our lungs. So we pour out our praise. Pour out our praise. It's your breath in our lungs. So we pour out our praise to you only. Great are you, Lord. Lord, we know that you're great. Oh, great are you, Lord.
We go to that next part, beat.
So all the earth will shout your praise. Our hearts will cry. These bones will sing. That great are you, Lord. I believe that. Come on. All the earth will shout your praise. Our hearts will cry. These bones will sing. That great are you, Lord. Come on, sing that again. Come on. Every verse now, sing on. And all the earth will shout. Come on. Our hearts will sing. Great are you. Are you, Lord? Come on, sing it together one more time. Sing all the earth. All the earth. Our hearts will cry. Hey, great are you. Are you, Lord? It's your breath. It's your breath in our lungs. So we pour out our praise. Pour out our praise. Your breath in our lungs. So we pour out our praise to you only.
Thank you, Lord.
Great are you,
Thank
Lord.
you, Lord.
Great are you, Lord.
Thank you, Father. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord.
Great are you.
Yes, Lord.
Great are you.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you,
Stuck in my
Lord.
own mess, Lord.
Thank you,
Great
Father.
are you. Great are you.
Yeah, Lord.
Bring
Thank
my
you,
own
Lord.
way, Lord. You are great. Great are you. Great, great are you, Lord. It's your breath in our lungs. So we pour out our praise. Pour out our praise. It's your breath in our lungs. So we pour out our praise to you only. I got an uncle that a few weeks ago he was diagnosed with lung cancer, and he had to go in for surgery, and they had to remove one of his lungs, literally his real lungs, not in a song lungs. And I can imagine him being in recovery and being in his bed and singing a song like this. It's your breath in our lungs. In this case, our lungs. So a man who's literally lost one lung can still raise his hand and praise the Lord. We have both of our lungs. We're here breathing, we're standing, and we're here. How much more should we be able to just give God the glory and praise for everything He's done? It's really from the heart. It's not a show of display. It's not a loud display, but it's just in your heart, in your quiet place. That's how God operates.
Yeah.
It's not a big spectacle. It's just in your heart, right there in your seat.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just real to you.
Hallelujah, God. Thank you.
Thank you, Lord.
Thank you.
Give God a hand right there.
Yeah.
Bless you, Lord.
Thank you, Lord God.
Great are you.
Thank you, Lord. My God. My God.
Man. Hallelujah. I'm so glad to be here.
Thank you.
I'm not gonna lie, I said, yeah, I would do it, and I was like, why did I say Because I've never like stood in front of people and like ministered in this setting like this. So, but I'm a teacher, so I've been a teacher in the school system for 16 years.
Yeah.
So I do this every day. I public speak all day, every day.
Yeah.
Whether it gets through to people or not is something different. But I do it, so I'm not necessarily nervous about standing up here. And I sing all the time with my brother Brandon, so we sing in front of like all kind of crowds. But it's weird. I'm the kind of cat. I'm good up here.
All
And
right.
as soon as it's over, I'm going home. And I'm by myself on the couch
Yeah.
with something to eat, a TV.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good guy. This is a good thing. I'm glad I'm here. Very glad I'm here.
Amen.
I'm glad y'all are
Yes. Amen.
Let's pray. Father, we just thank you, Lord, for yet another day. We thank you, Lord, for the opportunity just to be here. God, we just thank you for your spirit. That your presence has already filtrated the room, God, and just you're already here amongst us, God. We just thank you that the hearts of the people are just softened and minds are ready to receive. God, bless me. Bless my mind. Help me to be sharp, quick. Bless everything I need to say to make it concise and clear, to be able to make it clear to the people. Lord, in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
So like I said, I'm a teacher. Little backstory on me. I'm from Richmond. I was born in Fredericksburg. My mother's from Spotsylvania, so I was born in Fredericksburg, and then immediately I just grew up. My whole life was in Richmond. So my parents still live in the same house that I grew up in. I'll be 38 this year, and so my parents still live in the same house, and my mom hates that, but my dad was like, hey, this is it. So, I've kind of always been very like stable and grounded in that sense, and that's been a very good thing. So, I graduated from Henrico High School back in 1999, and I learned a lot of great lessons that I'm going to kind of share as I'm speaking today. I learned a lot of great lessons in high school, and I teach high school now. So a lot of the stuff that I try to say to those students y'all age, it's like, y'all, I've been through it. I know I'm older, but I've been through the same stuff y'all are going through. Please listen. Y'all parents used to be cool. Like, don't trip. We used to be cool. We got into the same stuff y'all trying to get into. We've done it all. We invented it. How you know how to do it? You got it. So, but I understand that being a teenager is hard. You don't want to listen to people who are older and that kind of thing. So hopefully, man, maybe you can see me as a little bit cooler than some of your parents, even though I'm some of their age. You know, it don't matter. We all been through it. My daughter, I have a beautiful daughter. Her name is Layla. She's 14. So I'm dealing with some of the same, trying to tell her, it's like, hey, you need to listen. So I teach high schoolers, and I love it. I love being a teacher in the sense of I like to deal with young people. They keep me laughing. They're smart, and they keep me kind of in touch with what's kind of new. As a person that's getting older, I would say we don't ever want to get completely out of touch. Even though I'm not gonna lie, some of the stuff that they do, I think is dumb. I don't get it. But you have to be open and honest. As a person who's a musician, we're in music. There's always in history a time where whatever was new was dumb.
That's right.
And whatever came before it was the standard, and they didn't want to change. And then that was new, and that was dumb. And then before that, it's just history. So, I mean, the music that is being listened to by some kids these days, I listen to it like, man, I don't really get that. But when we listen to, some of the people we listen to, that was the same thing. If you go back to funk music, that was bad to the people, to other people's parents. You go back to jazz, that was bad to the people before that. You go back to blues, that was bad before the people that. So it's nothing new under the sun. The world is just evolving. The only thing that changes is the people
Yes.
and the sound and the names of stuff. But it's always the same thing.
That's good.
So I try not to be judgmental of students and kids, and I try to be like, just try to give them some wisdom. Like, hey, y'all, you know, I know what you're talking about, but you might want to move a little different. You might want to move this way. So for my young people, one of the points I want to make to y'all is that wisdom, the wisdom of your elders, does not mean that we are mistake-free.
Yeah.
It means that wisdom means that we have learned from our mistakes, and we've seen other people do some of the same things. And that wisdom means, hey, you don't want to go that way.
Yes.
So I might be guilty of the same thing I'm telling you not to do, and that's why I'm telling you not to do it.
Yeah.
It's the wisdom. It may not be in a way you understand it. It may not be in a way that you feel like it's super cool, but that's just the way it is. But to get behind what it's saying, we read a word, we read a Bible that's in a whole different language that was written thousands of years ago, and we have to decipher and discern, okay, what does this mean now?
That's right.
What does this mean to me right now? It's saying these and thous, and you got different versions to try to clear it up. How does this apply now? Because it really applies. So I've got a few scriptures that I want to, things that I just kind of was praying and kind of hitting on, and I don't want it to sound scattered. I'm going to try to get through it and make it button up. So I guess the first scripture, it's Proverbs 29:23.
Yeah.
I'm using the NIV version. It says, pride brings a person low, but the lowly in spirit gain honor. So that stuck out to me. Because a lot of students, I try to tell them things. I was like, man, you probably shouldn't have handled that situation. They'll get into it with a teacher, or they get into it with a principal, or they get into it with another student. It's like they just pop off at the mouth immediately.
Yeah.
And that's like, man, you really had the guts to do that? Like, this person's an adult. I mean, the principal of the school or a police officer in the school or something. Like, you really got the guts to do that? Really? It's nothing about you says maybe I shouldn't. There's no chill.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, that pride of like, we live in a society where, you know, we have social media and everything's on display. And the problem sometimes with that is that people are always looking for the display.
Yes.
They're looking for an opportunity to capture the display. Like, you see somebody with their phone recording somebody get beat up.
Right.
And they don't step in to help. And it's like, man, that's messed up.
Yeah.
Post. And it's like, man, how sick is that? Like, you know what I mean? Somebody will literally, you know, get stomped out in front of us at school. And it's just like, man, nobody wants to jump into like somebody's getting hurt.
Yeah.
We're so desensitized because everything is just about display. And that's, man. So that's the thing, just about the stay low.
Yeah.
God doesn't really necessarily move in the way the world moves.
Yeah.
And God says he's concerned about what's in your heart.
Yes.
And he is a quiet, still voice. So when there's a lot of noise, that's the indication that probably God he's struggling to be heard.
Yeah.
You know, you got to decipher through all the madness to try to see, all right, and usually God is saying the opposite of what all is going on.
That's right.
Typically. That's what I found. So you want to just always be thinking. Be able to step back and say, all right, where is God in this? You know, where is God in this peace, in this presence? Psalms 147:6. The Lord sustains the humble, but casts the wicked to the ground.
Yeah.
Humble, low, stay low, down. You know, that's the idea. That's the image that we need to have. And it's easy to just kind of, you want attention and you want love and adoration, but you have to be careful with that.
Yes.
I'm kind of on a break from Instagram now, and I messed around and I deleted it off my phone. Now I can't get it back, so I'm really on a break. So I was like, well, all right, God. So, but it's just because even us as singers, even us as performers, we try to get likes, we try to get followers because we want to promote our projects and promote things that we're doing.
Right.
But at the same time, we have to be careful not to. It's about the quality of kind of what we do. What are we trying to say? Why are we trying to say it? And I'm a true believer that if it's good stuff, people will gravitate to it.
That's right.
And you don't have to try to push it super hard.
Right.
It'll just catch.
Yeah.
It'll just catch.
Yeah.
And I mean, my fiance is she's into marketing real heavy, so she studies it a lot, and so she works for a company that they market. They really think about, okay, what colors are going to work here? Should this be written? What should we say? How should this look?
Yeah.
And it's a real game behind it, and the world plays that game very well. The world really does play that game very well. So that's another thing, we have to just be cognizant of those things. But God is always moving. He wants you to be humble and low and stay quiet, thinking, and very in pursuit of Him. Another thing that I run into with the students that I teach is, like I said, their mouth, the tongue. So I was like, okay, what can I minister? What can I say to the young people about your mouth? So of course I know a couple of scriptures already. One is I know it's life and death in the power of the tongue.
Yeah.
Literally,
Yeah.
life and death. You can speak life to your life. You can speak death to your life. What you say has weight. It's a small muscle, but it has much power, a lot of power. So God has set up the universe and the world to operate that it's not about what you can do with your hands and your fists, but it's really about what you do with your tongue, what you say.
Yes.
Some of my favorite artists, they started off by saying what they wanted to be. They started off by saying, I'm going to be this one day. I'm going to do this one day. And they started off as young kids. I'm a big Sam Cooke fan. And Sam Cooke was he was a dynamo in the church, and then he crossed over and went to pop. But as a small child, he told his brother he was singing to popsicle sticks in the dirt. And he said, one day that's going to be my audience. One day I'm going to sing. I'm never going to have to work a regular job.
Yeah.
And you can see what that led him to become.
Yeah.
Just from, wasn't anything, I don't think anybody taught him, was real deep about it. It's just a belief in something that he caught it from somewhere.
That's it.
And once you say it and start to say it, you believe it.
Yeah.
So that's important that you do that.
Yeah.
I'm sure Brandon has said things. I'll see Brandon a lot of times. He don't think I'm watching him, but we'll be somewhere and something will happen, and I'll look over and Brandon will be right here.
Yeah.
And and I'll be like, what are you doing? But he's literally saying something or praying something over the situation that's going on.
Yes.
Or if we're on Billboard this week, and we moved up a couple slides, he'll look at his phone and just be, and he don't think I noticed it, but it's those things. He's doing that quietly though. He's not doing that in front of people to show off. It's just between him and God. Move meek, move slow.
Yeah.
Let's see. No, I don't want the other one yet. Okay. Another one about speaking. Is that the one? Yep. All right. This is James chapter 3, verse 6 and 7. And it says, the tongue also is a fire, a world of evil among the parts of the body. It corrupts the whole body, sets the whole course of one's life on fire, and is itself set on fire by hell. All kinds of animals, birds, reptiles, and sea creatures are being tamed and have been tamed by mankind. However, with the tongue we praise the Lord our Father, and with it we curse human beings who have been made in God's likeness. Out of the same mouth come praise and curses. My brothers and sisters, this should not be.
That's it.
So we have the power, even subconsciously, we have the power to say things. Oh man, I hate some of the things I hear these students say to each other. And they say it, it just rolls off the tongue. And I'm like, do you understand what you just said to that person and what you just said over their life, or what you just proclaimed over them, or what you say with your thumbs? The kind of stuff that they call it internet bullying, or they call it cyber bullying. Some of that's a whole other story. If you can turn your phone off or block somebody or just flip it over and it's face down, you need to be able to just pull away from that. It should not draw you in that much that someone who ain't even in front of your face can bug you that much.
That's right.
You gotta be able, and I know that teenagers live by it. And a lot of adults, we've learned how to live by it too. But it's really okay. If you don't pick your phone up and get on Instagram today, it's fine. Life, you don't even miss it for real. Like life is, I know I don't. Maybe I'm older. So most of my life I've lived without it. So if I, lose it, I don't miss anything. I'm not missing a bunch of pictures. I can just scroll and double tap and okay. But I don't miss anything. My life still goes on. I can still get up and go do something. I can cut the grass, go wash my car, go write a song, go do something. Real life is still going to happen whether it's happening on your phone or not. You're really not missing out.
Amen.
And I know that's hard. That might be hard for young people to see because y'all grew up on it. We're old enough that we didn't have internet. Like, internet didn't really come out until I was like in college. Like for real. Like, so I didn't grow up. We had the phone in the kitchen with the long cord. And, we couldn't even go in another room and talk for real. wireless phones. I remember when the cordless phones came out. I remember when answer machines came out. Like call ID. What? You didn't know who called. You just had to pick up back in the day. Like now, so you got all this stuff you can do. You can block call. My phone, I got a Google phone, so now it can screen calls for me, and I can watch the conversation play out if I don't want to talk to somebody.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! You're like, yo, that's great. But you just deal with it back in the day. You pick the phone, you had to hang up.
Yeah.
So that's important. Just your tongue. Another thing, like so when I'm talking to students, they don't want to hear correction. They don't want to hear.
Yeah.
They don't want to see that I know what I'm talking about. Like
Right.
I didn't just wake up yesterday and just know. I got a little age on me. I earned these couple gray hairs on my chin. Like it's not about who it comes from. It can come from your peer. It can come from somebody who's 80 years old.
Yeah.
It can come from somebody who's, who. It doesn't matter who it comes from. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to come from somebody that you deem as cool, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Whoever it comes from, they have a lot of wisdom. Like Brandon can check me on something.
Yeah.
And he has he could be right on something that he could be checking me about. Just because we peers doesn't make it any different.
Yeah.
And it may sting, but I have to okay, he was right. When I go off by myself, he was right about that. I probably can check that a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's not about who it comes from. It's about the wisdom that somebody else can see something that you might not see.
That's right.
This scripture, this is Proverbs chapter 15, verse 12. Mockers resent correction, so they avoid the wise. The discerning heart seeks knowledge, but the mouth, once again, the mouth of the fool feeds on folly. A hot-tempered person stirs up conflict, but the one who is patient calms the quarrel. That's a lot of nuggets in there, and that's a lot. That's a couple of verses. That's a lot of nuggets in there. Mockers resent correction. Just because you're being corrected, we have to get out our attitude because we live in a world where everybody has authority and everybody has a voice.
Yeah.
And that's dangerous. Everybody should have a voice, but not everybody needs a big voice.
Yeah.
Some people can't handle the responsibility of having a big voice. Some of my kids at school got 10,000 followers on Instagram, and I'm fake famous. And I got like 1,500, and I'm like, man, how y'all do that? You just all you do is post, fight videos and junk, and people follow that. It's like, man, I'm singing for God.
Yeah.
So that's people's attention are drawn toward. It's dangerous. People's attention is drawn toward silly stuff.
Yeah.
The discerning heart. What does it mean to discern? Discern means you meditate on it. You sit. It's not loud. You discern when you're thinking about it. When something comes across your attention, discern what it is. Where is this coming from? When things come out on the news, I always sit back and I say, wait, I'm gonna just wait till this plays out. I don't post nothing about it. I don't let public opinion stir me so much. I really do wait for facts.
Yeah.
And I don't care what it is. Now I have my own personal just convictions about things, and you have to know when to hold them and when to fold them. Sometimes you talk about it, sometimes you just kind of lay back.
Yeah.
And you don't say nothing. So there's a lot of things that are in the media and stuff that's like people like, oh, that's terrible. But why? I mean, yeah, it's terrible, but just wait. Just wait till everything plays out.
Yeah.
I want to know the truth about every situation, the complete truth before I, completely make my opinion be known. Mm-hmm. And sometimes we don't do that. Like somebody can just make up something about you and just put it out there, and because they popular, it's the God's truth and it's hard to prove. It could be a lie, but it's hard to come back and prove that it was a lie. And people just believe it. And I think that's just it really does hurt. It tears me up when I see people kind of just being funneled and just herded like sheep, into slaughter or into different things that's just weird. And it's like, nah, you shouldn't think that just because it was on TV or just because it's on your social media and everybody's posting about it. Y'all heard about this Jussie Smollett thing?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I was rolling. Because this dude was a hero.
Yeah.
As soon as they think, and then we're like, wait, we didn't know the fact check. Dude's a hero. Everybody posting every other post. This dude's face. He's a martyr. He's a hero. And then it's like you come to find out that it's like, man, it's not even really that true. Like we're still trying to figure out.
Yeah.
But that's the game that we play.
Right.
We're in the entertainment industry. That's professionals. We professionally lie about we overemphasize things we want you to see.
Yeah.
And then the stuff we don't, we just be like, no.
Yeah.
No. You know what I mean? But it's not a bad thing. It's just that's the entertainment game. Y'all use filters on y'all pictures? Them people don't look like that. They take a picture, run it through 5 apps, and then they post it.
Yeah.
And that's not, and then you try to look like that. Like, you can't look like that. That's not real. You know what I mean? Like, none of us are flawless. None of us are perfect. So just discern everything. Discern.
Amen.
Look for knowledge. Let's see. Discerning heart seeks knowledge. The mouth of a fool feeds on folly. Hot-tempered person stirs up conflict. Oh, mercy.
Yeah.
I teach. I don't know if I should say the school name, but hey, I teach at Thomas Jefferson High School, and I teach at Armstrong High School. And people say Armstrong, oh my God, Armstrong High School. Oh, man, listen, they kids just like anybody else.
That's
They need love, and I really have some really precious kids that I teach there. Sometimes they even drink the Kool-Aid as far as the moniker of the school, and they just buy in. And that's culture. They buy into a negative culture versus buying into a positive culture. They come in, and when they're, if I even say where I work, some people say, oh my God, are you okay? You have a gun?
Yeah.
Hey, all right, I'm walking in like I walk everyone else. I've never had a fight in my classroom. Except for one day I wasn't there. We were on tour. One day, and the kid sent me a video. I was like, oh no, that happened in my room. One day I didn't come to work and I had a fight. But other than that, I've never had a fight in my class. The kids are overall respectful. Kids come to they try to skip their classes to come to my class.
Yeah.
Just to sit and just be in a place and just be quiet. And I'm like, man, but you can't skip in here. You got to go to class.
Yeah.
But they're looking for the same things anybody. They're just looking for a place of peace, looking for a place to be quiet, a place where there's nothing going on. Sometimes they feel like, teachers will disrespect them and they have to kind of go back and say, but you got to honor them. Yeah. We can be wrong too. We're frustrated too because the kid 5 minutes ago just cursed me out. Yeah. And I might take that out on you and that's wrong.
Yeah.
But it's all about understanding context. Yeah. I don't feel good when a kid curses at me. Yeah. The man in me is like, who you talking? Oh, I need this job. But we have to be humble and be meek and be lowly too. I have to be like, all right, man, I hear what you're saying. That's cool. I guess I'll just write you up. I feel real weak without peeing. That's not how we handle conflict. But we have to be lowly, and that's responsibility. Like if I want a job, I've got to be responsible. Yeah. If you want to graduate and not have bad things on your record, you've got to be responsible. You can't just go and lash out at every person who says something about you. That's life. Yeah. That's life. Especially if you want to be famous or you want to be like on this level. Man, please. Beyonce can't go and fight everybody who make a comment about her or how her daughter look or anything like that. Man, you can't. She wouldn't be who she is if that was the case. You have to ride above some of that stuff. Yeah. I wore my Fayetteville State shirt today. Yeah. Because I went to Fayetteville State. That was my college, and I did not even know what that college was. So I was in high school with Henrico. I was in the choir. I teach Miss Durant at the time. She was our choir instructor, and I was in choir all 4 years, singing, doing what I was supposed to do. I really was a B student. I wasn't a straight student. I was a solid B student. I did what I was supposed to do. I didn't fail. Wasn't getting D's and F's. I just made pretty much B average, 3.0. And my senior year, I didn't know what I was gonna do for college. I really didn't know. I didn't know. Typical dude. I wasn't thinking about it so much. I just wanted to do music. I was like, I want to do music. That's just, I'm gonna make it like that. But she saw something in me. She said, look, take your SAT. I think on the SAT I got, I'm trying to remember so long ago, that's bad. I think I got 1,000. I think I got a 1050 or 1070 or something. It wasn't great. Yeah. It wasn't great. 1600 is like, you're a genius. Yeah. It was like a 1080, 1060. It was all right. So I didn't have any prospects as far as like getting money for school or anything like that. But this woman knew my character. And she said, one thing she said to me that I remember, and it ties back to your mouth. She said, Rufus he never once disrespected me, even if I saw he was upset with me because I checked him about something. Mm-hmm. He never opened his mouth and said anything bad. He never he never got smart and I never did. I never disrespected that woman ever. And so she said, look, I've got contact with this school, Fayetteville State. I was like, what is that? Where is that? She said, don't worry about it. Just I'm gonna give you the form. Just go fill out your form and send it in. Or no, she said fill out your form and give it to me. Yeah. So I said okay. So I filled out the form, all the pages, the application to a school I had never heard of, in a place in North Carolina I had never been. I don't think I've even been in North Carolina before, maybe once. I was in North Carolina. So I gave it to her. She sent it off. A few weeks went by, get this envelope in the mail, open it up, and I know what it is from Fayetteville State. Say, congratulations, you have been awarded a full chancellor scholarship.
Woo!
Yeah.
Full scholarship? Like, she didn't even tell me that it was like that. She personally knew the chancellor. The chancellor was like the principal, you know.
Yeah.
Wow.
He was the president of the school. So, and they were doing these chancellor scholarships, and all he had to do was say, okay, give it to him. And I mean, and I was like, wow, this is a school 300 miles away. I did not know anybody there, never heard of it. And because of my character and the way I carry myself,
Yeah.
the way she saw me move for 4 years,
Amen.
she said, he's worthy of that. He's
Amen.
not a that. So, I mean, for me, I've seen it work. I've seen it work. I don't know what your story is going to be, but it works. It works if you just remember. And all I did was what I was taught, just, you know, from my parents. Just like you guys are great parents, and you're being taught those same things.
Yeah.
Just be mindful, not to lose it, you know, not to lose it because it's cool or that's the pressure to do that or pressure to lash out or be lit or whatever. You know, don't worry about that because all the people, they think they have to make it on their own and you don't. You have something behind you that's greater than you.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I've never, ever begged for anything. I've never asked for any opportunity. Everything that I've done has always kind of gravitated to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like Brandon was saying with the GI situation, I was just available.
Yeah.
I was available to sub. I had subbed for Curtis a few times when he was out. And I had, in some kind of way, I had deemed myself reliable to him.
Yeah.
And I didn't, you know, I just, what you need to learn, I had to learn the song, learn the part, okay. And that led to everything that you see, the praying on words, the I'm ready, the stellars, and all, that led to that just because of connection and integrity, character. So please, just in closing, just work on character.
Yeah.
Be mindful, be discerning. In a world that's loud, be calm.
Yeah.
Quiet.
Amen.
Listen.
Amen.
Just understand. Everything around your world says, be loud, be boisterous, be wild. It's even worse than it was for us 20 years ago, for some of y'all 30 years ago, 40 years ago, whatever. It's the same, but it's way different. So I just implore you just to calm down. Just keep yourself calm. Keep yourself quiet. Don't move until you know what you want to move for. Don't just react out of impulse. The more you do that, the better your decision will be.
Yes.
Amen.
All right? Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Let's pray real quick. Let's pray. Father, we thank you, Lord, for your word today. We just thank you, Lord, that it's gone forth. We just thank you and we praise you, Lord, that it's met hearts. It's met waiting hearts and waiting ears, God, that it's planted as a seed into the spirits of these young people, Father, the spirits of us all. We just thank you, Lord, that we learned something. We got something from it. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Come on, give God your best praise. Hallelujah. We thank the Lord. Yes. It's amazing. Won't you stand with us as we minister that? Yes. Whenever God releases a word like this, it is always with expectation.
Yep.
God releases his word because he expects a response. And the proper response whenever God gives you a rhema word is always yes, Lord. Yes to his will, yes to his way, yes to his word. It's amazing how God orchestrated today, literally from the foundation of the world, and guided Rufus' journey to make sure that it came this way. And God did that because God loves you so much that God wanted to give you a right now word that can challenge you in every area of your life. The word says, be still and know that I am God.
I'm not going to scream. I'm not going to shout. I'm just simply going to speak in a still small voice. But the word always says, when you hear my voice, harden not your heart. And literally what that means is you got to tune in to the Lord. And if you're going to tune in to him, that means there are some things you got to tune out of. If you're here today and you have connected with the Lord, this is your moment, this is your opportunity. God set all of this up and set you up so that you would be in the right place at the right time for the right reason. So if you're here today and you know you need the Lord in your life, you know you've not made that, maybe you've been close but not yet in. I hear the Lord saying, I'm way past your past, I'm seeing you in your future. What I need you to do today, I need you to trust me that what I have prepared for you is better than anything you could ever prepare for yourself. That I have blessings, that I put your name on them. And no one can block you or stop you from getting what I have for you but you. But I need a relationship with you. I need a personal relationship with you. And don't worry, I know everything there is to know about you, but can I tell you that I love you? I've always loved you. I hear the Lord saying, I love you through your pain. I love you through all of the problems. I love you through the pressure of life. I've never stopped loving you. I loved you so much that before there was even a you, I took off my robe in divinity, slipped into humanity. I was persecuted and pained for you. The Lord literally became your sacrifice so that today you would have an opportunity, you would have a moment where you can literally connect with him. Man, woman, boy, girl, if that's you, God says, I want a relationship with you. And it begins first with you giving Pastor your hand,
Thank you, Lord.
but giving God your heart.
Yes.
Is there one? Is there one? Hallelujah. Put your hands together and give the Lord praise.
Amen.
Oh my God, bless him. Let's share our favorite confession together. In the name of Jesus, I am the righteousness of God. Therefore, I am entitled to covenant kindness and covenant favor. The favor of God is among the righteous. The favor of God surrounds the righteous. Therefore, it surrounds me everywhere I go and in everything I do. I expect the favor of God to be in full manifestation in my life. Never again will I be without the favor of God. It rests richly upon me. It profusely abounds in me. I am part of the generation that is experiencing God's favor immeasurably, limitlessly, and surpassingly. Therefore, favor produces supernatural increase, promotion, restoration, honor, increased assets, greater victories, recognition, prominence, preferential treatment, petitions granted, policies and rules changed, and battles won, which I do not have to fight. The favor of God is on me and goes before me. Therefore, my life will never be the same. This is the time of God's favor